hopefully they are optimistic in the face of all these terrible numbers in the United States. So let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 35.70. 35.70. Pivot resistance above at 79. 88. 95. 3602. 10 and 3610. Support below at 62, 55, 46, 39, and 32. Pivot 70. Support 62, 55, 46, 39, 32. Resistance on the upside at 79, 88, 95, 3602, and 10. All right. Well, welcome to some of the new folks that are in here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're looking for those inflection points to give us an opportunity to scalp the market for 2 to 3 points in our trade. Mm, that's just for the levels. We also have price action opportunities that occur. We put together a trading methodology that allows us to take advantage of these ebbs and flows in the market when they present themselves. Hopefully, we are able to scalp the market, so to speak, in technical terms, so that we be profitable. We do this every day. We used to be on the Florida exchange until the exchanges have unfortunately shut down here for a bit. As we quickly come up here to test our 79 area. So yeah, so we do this on an everyday basis, and like I said, we used to do this on the Florida exchange, but because of what's been going on, things have slowed down a little bit, and we're doing it from our basement. All the same, though, that's a good thing about what we do. It gives us an opportunity to um, make some money, even though in the midst of everything around us these days. So okay, and again, we do this here on an everyday basis. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Put them in the chat box area. If you ask a question to the panelists, it only comes to myself and Brad, to all panelists. And if you put it to all attendees, then everybody sees it. So do what you want. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We roll up here to our first kind of resistance area. We saw what happened there about, I don't know, it must have been a number that came out. Let's see if what number it was that created a little quick push to the downside there. Um, not, no number. So I don't know. Somebody must have said something. What ideology is the best for trading? It all depends on individuals' risk tolerance, to be honest with you. Everybody trades differently. There's not one way of making money that's correct or perfect. It all depends on what you can handle and what you see and how you trade. And the good thing about what we do here, a lot of people can make money a lot of different ways. So there's not really one best way. It all depends on you know how you how you comprehend the market, what you look at, and what you recognize. Remember, we always talk about recognition of a trade, and then the second part is execution. So that's what we try to do. That's yeah, well, okay. Trade without a drawdown. That's a good one. Yeah, I'll keep that one in mind. I don't know. If you do find one like that, let me know. By the way, I love to jump on board now. Yeah, probably the only ones that I could understand. If you go to Goldman, they have some like great priority trading system that doesn't allow you to lose any money. Oh, you are raring to go this morning. You are just raring to go. All right, we just kind of got close to our 79 area, and basically all it has done is come back into this little uh, value that it's been trading at most of the morning. You can see how quiet it's been lately. Last 2 3 days here, it's been exceptionally quiet. Market is, I think, kind of excited about possibility of going higher and maybe the turning the tide as far as economics are concerned. But because of all the shutdowns across the nation here in the United States, uh, yeah, and possibility of a possible double dip situation here because of the second or third surge, depending on how you look at it. Uh, the market would usually be extremely concerned, but the talk of the vaccine is keeping the market hanging. That's all it's doing is just hanging. It doesn't know whether it should rally because of the news. It doesn't know it should break because of the numbers that are really astonishing, and like 2,000 people dying a day. That's it's pretty, it's pretty tough. Uh, Hard to comprehend a little bit almost. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's slowly drifting up here, trying to see what we can do against our 79 area. Well, got up right up to 78. We have 79. Again, depending on how you scale into a position. Again, we have 79, but some of our traders either scale into position half a point above and below or a point above and below, depending on how much risk and how much what your methodology of entering a trade is. Everybody's got a little bit different way of getting in. So, that's fine. Like I said, the vaccine has been keeping the trade up here, I think. Let's see, the tug of war between cyclicals and technical stocks will likely continue for the next few weeks as traders weigh growing vaccine optimism against the rising coronavirus cases and lockdown measures. The last few Mondays have seen outsized gains given strong vaccine results from Pfizer, Moderna, 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 Na, with an N, while AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford became the latest to report an interim analysis of their clinical trials overnight. They did that last night, I think. Clinicals will likely start today's session with a leg up, given the news as the Dow is a little bit higher this morning. Predictions are also growing that the Fed will unveil more monetary action when it meets in December after the central bank said it will comply with the Treasury's request to return unused funds meant to backstop 5 emergency lending programs, which again, that is negative to the market, but um, we'll see how considering the Fed has wanted more stimulus, uh, that's a problem. That I don't know what they're doing over there, so we'll see how that plays out. Interim results from AstraZeneca and Oxford. One regimen given to some 2,700 people showed that an effectiveness of 90% when trial participants received a half dose followed by a full dose at least a month apart. Uh, the other dose, the regimen given to nearly 9,000 people showed 62% efficiency when given as 2 full doses at least 1 month apart. Interesting. The combined analysis from both dosing regimens found average vaccine effectiveness of 70% despite a lower average efficiency rate than its rivals. The British shot has some distribution advantages, while the vaccine from Pfizer and Moderna have been stored frozen. The Astra Oxford, University of Oxford shot can be taken at a refrigerated temperature and comes at a potentially lower cost. All right, well, we'll see what happens, I guess, as we come up here to our 79 area. see here. There is PMI coming out right now at 8:45, so there's a little bit of a number coming out here, as you can tell by the, whoa, okay, by that, wow, surprise, surprise there. Hello. Well, that was a nice little quick surprise up to through 88 as quickly as you could say boo. All right, well, that was a nice little quickie there against this 88 area. Quickly coming back down here. Again, obviously, this was a perfect example of the needing to uh, have the order got up to 87 and a quarter there. Hopefully, maybe you had 87 in there as a low end and it came right back down there for you. That was a little bit of a PMI number. Doesn't really move the market that much, but hopefully you coming up here testing our 88. If you got in at well, if you didn't get in at the lower end there, if you didn't get in at 87, you definitely got in there at 88 and got a nice quick rotation there off of it. Never hasn't seen a number give us a reaction like that in a very long time. I just realized it after. Just hopefully you had a chance to. I didn't give you enough time to get out. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you were able to notice the ladder ticket getting cleared out a little bit. Our pivot this morning is 35.70, resistance at 79, 88, 95, 36.02, and and 10. Support below at 62, 55, 46, 39, and 10. They are in the ladder ticket. I mean, in the chat box area. Can you put those levels in again there, Mark, for me? Thanks. There they are again in the chat box area. As we had a number that just came out here, the 8740 PMI number. And again, I gave you a little bit low. I didn't give you enough time to get. I just noticed that when I saw the ladder ticket get completely thinned out, to go right up there to our 88 and then flushed right back down. Maybe you're able to take advantage of it. Second time up here, it's on the same bar, believe it or not. If you didn't get in at 87 when it first came up there. Now we're looking at the 95 area. This is where you have to just kind of just trade, not think about it. I know it has a little bit of a flash up there, but hopefully you're able to sneak out of it okay. Man, that has been a while since we had a number that actually moved like that. But that's why we don't like to trade numbers, and we like to kind of stay on the side. Not really. At 95. No, not really. This weekend summit in Riyadh, in the United Kingdom, G20 leaders pledged to ensure fair distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, drugs, and tests around the world so that the poorer countries were not left out of the post-coronavirus recovery. We will spare no effort to ensure that their affordable and equitable access to all people. Read the communique. We recognize the role of extensive immunization as a global public good. One of the questions still out there is what role America will play in the process. So far, the United States hasn't joined COVAX, which is WHO's flagship vaccine distribution plan. Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens there. But that was so that meeting went on virtually, not obviously not personal, not in person. On the 11th or 12th of December, hopefully the first people will be immunized across the United States, across all states, in all of the states, where the State Department of Health would have told us where to deliver vaccines. Uh, said the head of governmental operations Warp Speed told CNN State of the Union yesterday. Current plans forecast another milestones for around May, where a 70% immunization rate across the United States will allow for herd immunity to take place. Pfizer and BioNTech has already requested emergency use authorization for their product, while Moderna will finish its application by the end of the month. Even if or when approved, there is uncertainty over whether the general public will trust the jab enough to take it. According to the Pew Research in September, only about half of the U.S. adults say that it will get the vaccine. Well, um, at this point, you know, like I said, I think they've done enough. This is like the most tested, well-examined vaccine in the world, with 3 or 4 different people doing it. Yeah, just find me the line. I'm in it. I might have said before, maybe I won't take the first round, but this year is just getting a little bit too much already. This is this. Let's get this year over with already. It's been brutal. Find me to tell me where to stand in line. I'm going. A COVID-19 antibody cocktail from Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, including God, when they put these these medical terms together. Okay, whatever. This antibody cocktail has received emergency use authorization from the FDA to treat patients who are not hospitalized but have a high risk of developing the disease. The cocktail was one of the 3 pharmaceutical treatments given to President Trump for the treatment of the COVID-19 in October. It's the second antibody drug cleared this month for emergency authorization to use in a similar set of COVID-19 patients after Eli Lilly, another big word, had previously won approval. I don't know where they come up with these names for these things. That doesn't even sound English. Anyway, so they've come out with these antibody drugs. Previous drugs cleared for COVID-19, such as Gilead's remdesivir, was only authorized for hospital use patients. So this one is for patients who are not in the hospital, which is a good thing, because there was a story that I read about this individual who was coughing and got hacking, and he's got a heart issue, and he tried to go to the hospital because he was not feeling good, and he calls his cardiologist. His cardiologist, so no, I don't want you to come in, take anti-acid, stomach thing. I mean, the guy's had heart issues. He's had 4 stunts or something, and his cardiologist doesn't even want to see him. So you're fine. He's exercising and he doesn't feel good, so he gets off. He's coughing, this and that, and he's calling these doctors, and the doctors and tell him they won't let him in. They can't give him any. He thinks he has it. He tells him to go in for a test. He gets tested. Of course, he's positive. Now he still can't get this medicine because he's not sick enough. You can only get this medicine if you go into the hospital and get sick, but he's not sick enough to go to the hospital. So they won't let him in the hospital because the hospitals are all backed up and only taking patients with COVID. And he's, I guess, so this is like, this is why this is so crazy that the guy is sick. He's got a heart issue. He's not feeling good, but he's not sick enough that he has to go to the hospital. And so they don't send him to the hospital, even though he probably, and then he's like, why, where are these medicines that I heard that the president was getting that can help us and this and that? Well, you can't give you those because you got, first of all, you have to be in the hospital. And second of all, you have to be really sick. You're not in the hospital and you're not really sick, so you can't get it. He's like, what the hell's going on here? This is how effed up we are here and with this thing. And at the end of it, he says he's coming out of it okay. It's been 2 weeks or so, but he says the worst part was the anxiety of the situation, of feeling sick and knowing that you have this, knowing that you have a heart issue. Um, and nobody wants to help you. He changed doctors in the middle of it because he was pissed off that his doctor didn't tell him to go to the hospital. So he goes to the second doctor, and the second doctor basically tells him the same thing, that you're not sick enough to go. We can't give you any of these medicines. So he's like very frustrated. But this is how effed up this whole situation is with this disease. And the fact that you cannot go to the hospital because the hospitals are overrun and they're only taking patients who are very, very sick and probably, unfortunately, first of all, there's not even some room. That's in some of these states, especially some of the smaller states in the Midwest there, uh, and it's just a bad situation, just terrible. So this is what's going on here, and this is, I was going to say relatively healthy, except for his heart situation, and and then he doesn't even know how he got sick because he's been very cautious. He's been taking all, doing what he has to do because he was at risk, and he was taking all the precautions he had to take, and still got sick. But anybody in his family did not get sick, so he's just doesn't even know how he got it, and this is just like crazy. So I think he was more upset that the anxiety issue about not being able to do anything about it and not being able to get any of these drugs that they're saying, oh, they're so great, they're fantastic, it's lifesaver, but he can't get any because he's not sick enough, and you have to be in the hospital to get some of them. And except for now, this one, they said that this new one that got a emergency authorization from this one that who are not hospitalized but at high risk of developing the disease. So this is finally something for somebody. This is why I'm standing in line as soon as they tell me to, because this is like getting a little bit too much. Yeah, just a little bit too much. But I don't think it's going to happen till like middle of the year next year, right? For everybody, or a lot of people who have accessibility, at least in the United States. I mean, I know it's different everywhere else. I don't know how, just talking about here in the United States. So we'll see what happens, but it's scary stuff. That's all I can say. All right, let's get back to markets again. So we came up here, came up to the 88 area and then bounced off of it very nicely. I know it was a little bit touch and go there because of the number. You had to kind of stay focused with it and don't get, yeah, you had to just hang in there with it for a second and let the market play itself out. You got a nice little rotation off of it. And then now we're just kind of coming back in here. Support would be back around the time being right now, it's about 78 area. Again, it's been a while since we actually saw a number come out and the reaction to the market was as spiked up like that. And again, we forget because we're so into this, like, not getting excited when numbers come out because nothing usually happens, that all of a sudden, and when it does, hopefully you didn't get caught. I know I should have told you earlier. I feel bad that I didn't give you enough. I gave it just with like a half a minute left that I realized when I saw that the ladder ticket got cleared out. And again, this is another way if you're trading and you're seeing the ladder ticket and it gets all cleared out like that, how do you know that there was a number coming out? Well, because all of a sudden there's like nothing on the ladder ticket, up and down the ladder ticket. So something was up. And then I quickly checked, and sure enough, I missed it the first time. And I didn't give you enough time. Hopefully, I feel bad about that, but hopefully you had the 88. See, and again, another example of pre-entering your orders in the order marked in the ticket, in the ladder ticket, because it got up to 88, 87 actually, and flushed all the way back down. But then you had a chance to re-enter your trade there at 88 if you didn't get it, because it came back up there and tested it one more time and then flushed back down. So maybe it was good if you didn't have it in the first time. We are seeing some vulnerability in the equity markets in the near term from balanced mutual funds, a $7 trillion universe having to sell around 160 billion of equity globally to revert to its target of 60-40 allocation, either by the end of November or by the end of December at the latest. According to JP Morgan Chase, if the stock market rallies into December, there could be an additional 150 billion equity selling into the end of the month by pension funds that tend to rebalance on a quarterly basis. See, that's just the story behind the story. Rebalancing $150 billion in stocks. So for retail investors, is a 60-40 portfolio still the way to go? Recent contributors have suggested otherwise based on the pricing and real return. That's 60-40, meaning to stocks to some other funds and stuff like that. So bonds, stuff like that, ETFs, and whatever have you. We've come down here to the 80 against support right around the 78 area. Economic activity across the Eurozone plunged in November after members of the bloc introduced new lockdowns and social restrictions to contain the spread of coronavirus. Still flash Eurozone PMI, which is what came out here for Euro, tracked both manufacturing and services sectors, came in at 45.1. This is for Euro, marking it the lowest reading in 6 months. Meanwhile, the ECB said it will continue to its pandemic emergency purchase program as long as COVID-19 persists and continues to distribute regular economic activity. Things aren't looking brighter. Germany is looking to extend its current lockdown into December as the number of coronavirus infections remain high across the country. Yeah. Yeah. Latest China crackdown. The Trump administration is close to issuing a list of 89 Chinese aerospace and other companies that would be unable to access U.S. technology exports due to military ties, according to Reuters. That would restrict companies like Commercial Aircraft Corp of China, which is looking to compete with Boeing and Airbus, as well as Aviation Industry Corporation of China. That list is published could further escalate trade tensions and come just 10 days after President Trump unveiled the executive order prohibiting U.S. investments in China companies that Washington said are owned or controlled by the Chinese military. Ooh. All right, so that is that. As far as news is concerned, we'll see what happens. Again, a little support would be back around the 78 area. You could get in at 79 too. Just 79, 78. Just because the level was 79 doesn't mean that it's where it stopped earlier. It kind of hung around 78 and then popped. So just because I give you the 79 doesn't mean it is 79 on the way back. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's right around this area here. Yeah, I'm just using it from the price action, not from just the levels. Well, that's not happening because they don't like that anymore. They got down right down to our blue band there at 74 area, came back up. Blue banders are happy. All right, if you maybe doubled up against our blue band there, you got a quick pop back up there, get out of some of them, since that really didn't seem to work too well. Coming back here again. Guess they were just joking with that number being so good. You just never know with these markets, right? All right, coming all the way back down here again. I don't know. Maybe you should like adjust that a little bit. Seems like the blue band always stops you. Yes, I don't even use the other two numbers, whatever they stand for. I know what they stand for. I just don't like it. It just doesn't work. All right, nice rotation there off of our blue band. Again, blue band has been good to us, kind of saving us here a little bit if you did get along there at the 78 area. And now next support level on the downside, maybe a little bit at 70, which is our pivot, but I'd look at the 62 area as a better support, as they've kind of rejected this number, kind of coming back down here. So again, I'd look at the 62 area, some support, a little support there at the pivot there, but bonds really not reacting at all to any of this, just kind of staying quiet. Again, next support level would be down at the 62 area. So bonds really not react to any of this stuff. They're just like stoic, quiet, going nowhere fast. We kind of rallied up, then came back down. A little support here if you're a little aggressive, but I'd look at the 62 area as better support, just if you're a little aggressive there. Yeah, we'll be in tomorrow and Wednesday, but Wednesday, don't expectations there are going to be very, very light. We'll be off Thursday and Friday. I don't expect much of anything going on um, this week. Given, well, we got a little busy today and tomorrow, but and once Wednesday comes around. All right, we got up to 72 area there. If you did buy our, now pushing above it, if you did buy the 70 area, again, if you're a little aggressive. So we're going to be taking our Thanksgiving holiday days off. Definitely Thursday and Friday for sure. And Wednesday, be quick. Whatever happens in the morning, I think it'll be it. Um, Not all of them. A couple of them are backing out. All right. So if you did, again, the 70 was our pivot there. So if you did jump in there, pivot players, blue band players, both of you did okay on that move. But really, the next good support would be down at the 62 area. All right, it's a nice little rotation there off of 70. Again, if you were a little aggressive, maybe you took jump in there. Tough little trade. Well, we did bounce up to our 88, so it wasn't that terrible, but the number coming out kind of threw us off there for a bit.
Hey, quick shout out to Ozbek O. Hey, Ozbek, were you able to look into that last week? Just let me know back in chat. The car, did you get the call from, about the platform and broker? Just let me know back in chat. Hey, James F., welcome back. Hey, Ivor, welcome. Anybody that missed today's levels, ask for a repeat. Just send it to Sol in chat. Be happy to repeat it.
All right, nice rotation there off of the 70 area. Suggested that a little bit if you were a little aggressive there. And that was a little bit of a buying opportunity. Again, we use our levels in addition to price action opportunities that occur. And we had the 78 there. You saw that, but that one kind of did not work out as well. We had to drifted quickly down to our blue band, and hopefully we're able to take advantage of that situation really quick. It happened really fast, so it's one of those situations where you have to kind of take what the market's giving you. Maybe we were wrong at 78, but hopefully you were able to get in at 74 at the same time and then get out of them with a little bit of a profit. And now we dip down here to the 70 area. Again, these are price action opportunities. Um, and you should have been able to take advantage of this one right here. So I got a nice little rotation off of that one.
Hey, Ozbek, I'll send it out to you again. Why don't you just do this one and then we'll cancel the other one so it doesn't get all confused. I just sent it out to you again. Once you do this one, we'll just cancel the other one. That way you won't have to get all twisted up. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Pal B, let me know if you got our message before. Zach Carr, let me know how you made out getting that account set up so you can demo trade. Ivor, I'll send it out to you also so you have it. Just read it. It should be clear. And James F. James, let me send it to you.
All right, coming back up here, it has to get above the 76 area, 77 area for us to pop maybe back up to 80. All right, next rotation again to the downside here. We did not get above the 76, 77 area. Looking at 72's next support level. Something's up, right? Don't exactly know what, but they kind of rejected this um, the number being positive and then come down. They couldn't get above our blue band there, so it was a little bit of a sale there. If you were looking for a short opportunity, we said anything above 76, 77 is an out. So you had your exit strategy if you were looking to get short. Um, could you have had a reason to? Yeah, we're below our blue band staying there. and I gave you an exit strategy, and now we're looking for the 77 support level. All right, we're drifting down here looking at the 62 areas, next support level. Got down there to the 2.5. Well, I actually did get almost, yeah, I did get down to 62. Nice little rotation there off of our 62 area. So again, you scaled in. If you didn't scale in, even if, well, I don't know if you got 62 because it went right to it, but hopefully you were able to scale in there at 2.5 or 63, and you got a nice pop back up here. Again, just stay focused. Don't, if you got short there against a blue band there, we gave you an exit strategy above 76, 77, maybe you cover them down here. And we are definitely in a little bit of sell mode. Next level on the downside we have is the 55 area. Again, we are looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. So we popped down to 62, gave a nice little quick rotation back up to 65, 66, and you get out and then look for the next support level down here at 55. Obviously, if you have multiple contracts, maybe you are willing to try to get long and stay long against the level, but you have a trailing stop if you get it going your way. But you can see here we've got a little bit of pressure in the market. As there are some little nervousness here for whatever reason. Next support level we have is 55. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. All right, market just getting a little bit choppy down in here. You can rotate it down to the 60 and then pop back up. We had 62 earlier, so hopefully we're able to pop in there, get in, take advantage of the quick rotation off of it. I didn't see the question. Thanks for putting it in again. Um, are you looking largely at support and resistance? Well, initially, the levels that we give out, those are the levels that we're going to use all day. I the gist of your question, I think, is: are you telling me, do I have a bias one way or the other? Um, because if I'm looking largely at support and resistance or just at those levels, I'm also looking at the price action opportunities. So uh, I use the support and resistance levels. They're part of the work, and then the price action opportunities are thereafter. So, that's in case you need to find reasons to trade besides just the support resistance levels. I mean, the markets do move around, and sometimes there are some good opportunities price action wise. So, and besides that, I like to trade once in a while instead of just sitting on my hands. But not necessarily to have to, but they're there. And since they are there and they present themselves, you might as well try to take advantage of them. Not all of them going to work, obviously, but this is what we do. We're trying to find opportunities to trade. The everything is well, the price action is, yeah, yes, it would be. Obviously, the price action has to be based on support and resistance, right? That the market creates after it paints some bars. So we have the initial levels that are good for the day, and then once the market paints some bars, the price action opportunities are dependent on that day's or that moment's price action. That the support and resistance levels that the market has created, like for example, the 675 area. Once we got below it, couldn't get above it, so you had resistance there that you didn't have earlier, and so consequently, we said anything above 76, 77 out of any shorts. So that gave us an opportunity there. If you were kind of listening, if you wanted to be short, you had a reason to be short. You did. You had an exit strategy that was given to you by the market. So based on technicals, after the market paints and bars, yes. So yes, the price action opportunities do occur, and they occur because of the price action prior to, well, based on technicals because of the price action. The reality of it is that's all we have to trade as traders. You don't have, when you were standing in the pit, or when I was standing in the pit, you had the energy flow that was coming in. You kind of saw the order flow coming in from not only from the person you were standing next to, but from other areas of the pit as well. You kind of felt the energy uh, building, and the way that things was happening around you. Here, you don't feel the energy. Just it just happens. You don't feel that like it did when the number came out. Um, oh, you weren't there, but yeah. So you don't. The only thing we can't trade because of the what we are given, and that's basically just the technicals. So if anybody tells you, I mean, unless you are one of those position traders who looks deep into all the numbers and understands how they affect the market and where the market should be, and you would take positions based on your analytical analysis, which at that point you would need like a lot of money behind you, or be a institution, right? Something like that, or be a fund where you can just position yourself in long term. But otherwise, for us, we're just the only thing we are given every day to be able to trade is the technicals. Nothing wrong with that. You know, tis what it is. All right, just kind of hanging here now at this lower level. Again, anything above 77 out of any shorts. It was a better sale a little bit ago. It's not so strong now, but at least you have your exit strategy if you're looking for an out, if you want to get short. Some of the things that we talk about is all dependent on each individual trader. I wanting to get short is something that, you know, if you feel that the market is, you're looking for a place to sell it, you know, at least you have an exit strategy. Doesn't mean that everybody has to do it. It's just you know, the opportunity is there. The objective of the course here is for you to be able to find these opportunities in your own, and then become an independent trader and decide what trades you want to take on independently of the you know, of each other, of yourself, for whatever trades you want to put on, not so much that I want to put on or anybody else. You have to make that determination on your own, and you make that determination on your own, knowing the risks. And I kind of explain that to you as we go along when we're trading, and when I'm kind of showing you some of the opportunities available. All right, we've gotten floated back into this range here, so kind of a little bit quiet. We had a couple good opportunities here this morning. I know that one of them was right on the heels of a number, and hopefully that didn't hurt too many people. And unfortunately, it was right around that time. And again, we haven't had a reaction to any number like that in a while. But that brought us up to our 88 level, which was a nice little sale. And then we drifted back down. We had a couple of price action opportunities in the middle of all of that. And then we continued to drift down here to our 62 area. And we bounced off of that very nicely. And now we're just coming back into this range here. So kind of a little bit quiet, subdued. Got right back up to our 70, our pivot there. So maybe if you were our pivot players, you took advantage of that again. All right, nice rotation there off of our pivot area there. If you're maybe took advantage of that rotation first time to it off of level. All right, kind of just hanging here now. Again, we don't know when markets going to do anything. We just have to take advantage of the ebbs and flows, and then see what happens from there. And sometimes it gives us better opportunities than others. We just have to be patient and wait for those opportunities. We've had a few of them this morning, uh, given the nice little movements here that sometimes we don't know that they're going to happen. I wish we could tell you that they were going to happen. We just have to be prepared, ready for them, waiting for them, and then take advantage of them when they occur. Like I said, I wish I could tell you we were going to be busy today or we weren't. I have no idea. And I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the week. We just have to get ready, be prepared to trade, and then stay focused and try to take advantage of the opportunities when it's presented to you. And right now we're kind of a little no trade zone area here. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to write them down in the chat box area. I'd be able to see it and answer it quicker than if you put them in the Q&A section. I have that window up, so please feel free to ask any questions that you might have. A confirmation for what? Oh, we don't. Well, a breakout over a certain area. Um, I think if we break up above 90, uh, we could continue to go up, a little bit, maybe that gives us a little bit of a push, but then we get up to another level of value that it created a couple last week. So um, there's certain areas it has to break above or below, and then you'd see maybe a follow through of some orders coming into the market. But again, for an individual trader who's scalping the market, that's not really what you're looking for. You're not looking for big moves. You're just kind of trying to take advantage of the ebbs and flows of the market every day. I mean, even though today we're in the same kind of range, or at least we've had some good opportunities. So it doesn't really matter. I don't look at the bigger picture. I think that's what you're asking me to, but that's not what I try to do. I'm looking more to intraday, everyday opportunities. We did bounce up to our blue band there. I mean, a little aggressive there if you were trading. Again, little opportunity if you were a little bit aggressive there against the blue band there. You had your exit strategy. Still stayed the same at 76.77. All right, again, we did bounce off of our blue band again. Nice rotation there off of it. Blue benders like that trade. Again, we just have to wait for the opportunities. We can't just, just kind of blindly jump in there. You have to have reasons to trade. We offer plenty of reasons to trade, given the market ebbs and flows. And then it's up to you to recognize the trade. And then once you recognize the trade, then to execute the trade. And those are all individual type situations. Not everybody's going to take every trade that they see, or not everybody's going to take every trade that we talk about. You have to be comfortable with visualizing the trade and then entering that trade to make some profit. The opportunity was to sell there against the 73 area. All right, now we're just kind of hanging here. If we get above the 77 area, I think we rally a little bit. If we kind of just right now, if you didn't sell the 73 and cover, right now we're in a little no trade zone here. Again, you have to wait for the opportunities to kind of present themselves. You can't go and make things up. And that's what we have to do here. Be patient and wait for things to play themselves out. Maureen, are you in the room?